We have our winner of the Ocean Race, 11th Hour Racing Team, crowned and en route to the grand finale and expected here later this afternoon. With me on stage here, we have Phil Lawrence, who's the race director, Andrés Pérez, chairman of the international jury, the World Sailing International Jury, and Mark Towill, the CEO of 11th Hour Racing Team. And of course, we're hoping to be able to contact Charlie Enright, the skipper, on board 11th Hour Racing Team as well, and get his thoughts via satellite phone. But maybe I'll start with Phil, who has a short statement just describing what happened this morning and getting us to where we are now.
Thank you, Peter. Good morning, everybody. The international jury met this morning to consider two matters. The first item was a protest from Wholesome PRB against 11th Hour Racing relating to a collision between 11th Hour Racing and Geo Environment at the start of Leg 7. The jury ruled that that protest was invalid on 3 grounds. No protest flag was flown, 11th Hour were not informed of the protest at the earliest opportunity, and the rules relating to racing at the start of a leg before the teams pass through the leaving gate do not allow third-party protests from boats not involved in the incident. Therefore, that process was dismissed. The second matter was a request for redress by 11th Hour Racing for Leg 7, as they were unable to complete the leg due to damage caused in the collision. The international jury expanded that hearing to include possible redress for all teams. The jury determined that 11th Hour Racing was entitled to redress and awarded them average position based on the previous 6 legs of 2nd place. The positions of the other boats for Leg 7 are unchanged. 11th Hour Racing therefore received 4 points for Leg 7 and accordingly are declared overall winners of the Ocean Race 2022-23. And congratulations to 11th Hour Racing.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you, Phil, and our congratulations as well. Mark, on behalf of the team, I know you had an opportunity to tell all of the team that's on site here, as well as a call to Frankie and the guys on the boat as well. What was the reaction?
Yeah, of course, everybody's incredibly
Mark, just close. Sorry, we've got to be really close.
Yeah, I guess just first of all, I'll say a big thanks to the jury and the Ocean Race for hearing our request for redress and for bringing due process to the situation. It was, of course, our hope to win this race on the water, but unfortunately that was not possible. And so it's fantastic to have opportunities to compensate for situations like this. Our team is incredibly happy for this result. We've been working on this for over 4 years. To get to this point in this moment, and so frankly, I'm still just digesting it all. Our sailing team's on the water; they should be here this afternoon, and our team is just incredibly happy with the result.
Great, thanks, thank you, Mark. Now, Andres, this request for redress resulted in 11th Hour Racing Team getting 4 points for this leg, which is the average of their scores up to this point. So it's really a reflection of their strength over the course of the race, and that's the standard procedure and award in a case like this.
Yeah. That's the standard procedure to calculate the average of all the races except the one where they had the collision.
And for you, was there anything sort of unusual or unique about this hearing?
Well, all the hearings are different, and this one was, well, you are deciding who's going to be the winner of the Ocean Race, so you get an extra pressure, but, well, not an easy one.
All right, thanks. Thanks for that, Mark. I know you had the call with Charlie in the boat. What was sort of the first thing he said? What was the reaction?
I actually didn't have a great connection. We wanted to have a moment with the team, so I went back to the team base, and we had the boat called in and able to share the news with everybody at the same time. Haven't had a whole lot of feedback from them, but what I do know is that they were able to stop and take a swim. I think a well-deserved swim, and I'm sure they're looking forward to getting here this afternoon.
All right, fantastic. And just to make everybody aware, the schedule for 11th Hour Racing Team is to arrive at the entrance to the harbor around 5 p.m., 1700, and then proceed with an arrival ceremony similar to the other boats, but of course as the grand finale and the overall race winner, and then to a trophy ceremony on the main stage at around 6 o'clock. So there's an hour to an hour and a half ceremony coming up at the end of the afternoon to welcome 11th Hour Racing Team. So we will open this up to questions from the floor. If there's any questions, we have one roving mic that we can hand out. Please hold the microphone close as you ask your questions. Any questions from the floor? Right at the front here, Mirko. Gentleman in the white shirt. Before you danced around the tripods.
Mark, congratulations. For those of us without skin in the game, it seemed fairly obvious that you were going to get the points required to win this race. How much did you dare to dream over the last number of days that you might win this hearing today?
Yeah, it's been an emotional few days, and I think for me, our team has been entirely focused on the preparation and trying to not get too far ahead of ourselves. As I said before, I think as a team, our two primary missions were, to win this race, but then to also, be champions and stewards of ocean health, and we've successfully achieved both today, which I'm very, very happy about. But in the days preparing for today, we've been very conscious to make sure our focus was on the preparation and not on the result. And if we did a good job of the preparation, the result would take care of itself.
Great. Thanks, thanks, Andy. Thanks, Mark. Mark, one other from me. There was a moment, I certainly saw it between Benjamin Schwartz and Marcel Van Triest, and I think yourself as well, after the hearing was over, with a sort of handshake. And any comments sort of on Team Wholesome PRB and throughout this process?
I think there's been a lot of comments in the last 24 hours about the protest from Wholesome PRB. From our perspective, frankly, we anticipated some sort of protest, and so it was not unexpected. I think that if you're in their position, you need to do everything you can to best represent your team and your sponsor. There's potentially a few things that I would have done differently had I been in their situation, but regardless, I don't have any sort of negative emotion for the way that they approach the situation.
Fantastic, thank you. Any other comments, Michele?
Per I colleghi italiani, Francesca Clapcich è la prima velista italiana nella storia a vincere the Ocean Race. Francesca, first time winning the Ocean Race in the year in which the Ocean Race arrived in Italy, the first time in 50 years. You heard Francesca, you write to Francesca. What about her happiness?
Francesca is an incredible sailor and an even better teammate. I think I expect a hero's welcome for her, being the first Italian, as you said, to win the Ocean Race this afternoon. And it's been. I think there's a lot of firsts in this situation. We're the first American team to win this race. It's been a long journey, and having Francesca on board the boat's been a real asset to our team. And so I'm hopeful that everyone in Italy will come out to support her this afternoon.
Congratulations.
I think there's no doubt about the reception that Francesca is going to get. I understand we do have a live connection now to 11th Hour Racing Team on the water. I hope that's correct, and we can dial in there. I don't know if we've got Amo or Charlie, but whomever it is, I guess, guys, just a bit of a reaction on hearing the decision today and understanding that as you approach Genova, you're approaching as winners of the Ocean Race.
Hey, Peter, this is Charlie. Can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, that's great.
Go ahead, Charlie. There's a lot of excited people here.
Thank you for the wonderful reaction. Yeah, it feels like we're men and women on the moon or something, the way that we're communicating back to this press conference. But, I've heard bits and pieces of what Mark had to say, certainly echo his sentiments. We're elated for sure as we sail or drift in here to Genoa, certainly not in the capacity in which we would have liked to. But, with the results certainly that we're very happy about, humbly and graciously appreciative of the work that the jury's done. And, just immensely proud of the effort that our entire team, top to bottom, has put in over the better part of what's now, 3.5, 4 years. So, a couple hours before we hit the dock, reality hasn't really sunk in yet. There's definitely been some swimming and some pretty hot weather, hot conditions, warm water, and no breeze. But, we're very excited, appreciative, and can't wait to see everybody else.
That's great to hear, Charlie. Thank you for that. One question from me, and we'll see if there's any others from the audience. Your team has had a remarkably consistent run of results in the ocean race. Maybe started a little bit slower than you would have liked, but certainly you came into this final leg on the back of 3 consecutive wins. What's been the key both to that consistency and the ability to improve over the course of the race?
I think that, one thing we like to pride ourselves on is just never getting too high and never getting too low, and really just trying to learn from everything. If you're not winning, you're learning, and really to just kind of grow and improve as a team in every single area, not panic. We have a reset button, not a panic button. I think that's kind of on purpose. And, just take a deep breath, look at the situation objectively, and ask yourself what you need to do to get better. And I think everybody's taken that on board. It might look like we flipped the switch in Brazil, but that certainly isn't the case. That's the approach we've been taking since the beginning. But yeah, towards the end, it certainly had a different feel as we put kind of those learnings to work. But yeah, it's a bummer certainly to not be able to finish this out on the water the way that we wanted to, especially going in with such momentum. But, we're certainly happy with the outcome, ecstatic with the results, appreciative, and like I said, a little deprived of human contact right now, so we can't wait to see everybody else when we get in.
Well, we can echo those sentiments. I think there's a lot of people here very excited and enthusiastic about seeing you guys here in 2 or 3 hours. If you can bear with me for a second, Charlie, we'll see if there's any other questions from the floor. I know there's a bit of a delay on this connection. Maybe the easiest would be if you have a question, if you say it out, and then I can relay it to Charlie. But any questions from our group in here? All right, Charlie, we do have one coming in from our friend Tati in Germany. Congrats to Charlie and the team for a well-deserved victory. What are the best and the worst memories that you will personally take away from this race? The best and worst memories of this race for you?
I find that the best and worst memories are usually pretty linked, in the Southern Ocean, we had some pretty difficult situations as a team with breakages, but certainly how we came together as a group and fixed those breakages and were able to post some decent results is a big part of what got us here, and kind of set us on our way to where we are now. So, I find them to be pretty linked. Certainly a high for me personally was kind of winning the leg into Newport and kind of getting this thing back on track. But, I think when you have a team like ours, it sounds cliche, but every day is a high, just kind of coming to work and seeing everybody chip in and kind of do their part and focus on the big task. So, there are certainly some lows along the way, backs against the wall here and there, kind of pinned as favorites, maybe underachieving in the beginning, but no one lost faith and we all rose to the occasion, and that's what we have to be proud about today.
Fantastic. Thanks, Charlie. Listen, would it be possible, are you able to transfer the phone and the connection over to Francesca, and maybe we could get some words in Italian from her?
Well, I assure you she can't be more than 60 feet away. So I'll locate her, and I'll put her on the line with you guys.
All right, we're standing by.
Take care, guys. Look forward to seeing everyone when we get in. Thank you so much.
We'll see you soon, Charlie. Thank you.
Yeah, bring the focaccia.
Ciao, Francesca.
Ciao.
Ciao. It's Peter here. We've got a media briefing going. We've got a lot of journalists here, super interested to talk to you. Maybe we'll get one comment in English first, and then we'll get you to answer in Italian. But just your thoughts. You're the first Italian to win the ocean race, and obviously just the excitement of arriving here in Genova as winners today.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think it didn't really sink in yet, but yeah, it's quite crazy to think that, arriving in Genova in my home country and being the first Italian ever to win the ocean race, it's, yeah, even just saying it probably just, make me think about it. It's quite crazy, and, yeah, I never, I always try to dream pretty big. I never thought that this dream would be reality, yeah, quite special.
All right, that's beautiful stuff in your Anglo-Saxon American voice. Let's get the similar sentiments in Italian, please, for the folks here, Francesca.
Ma è sicuramente un'emozione incredibile. Siamo quasi a Genova e riuscire a vincere la regata a casa mia in Italia è per la prima volta nella storia che un'italiana riesce a vincere un evento del genere. Ancora non ci credo. Pensare che tanti altri velisti in passato hanno cercato di vincere la regata e non ci sono riusciti in 50 anni di storia dell'evento insomma, tocca a me per la prima volta, è qualcosa di incredibile. Fin da piccola sognavo questa regata, ma mai avrei pensato di vincerla e mai avrei pensato di essere addirittura la prima italiana a farlo. È speciale.
Grazie.
Francesca, solo per avvisarti, il sindaco ha preparato le trofie al pesto e ti aspetta sul molo.
Perfetto, e anche la focaccia, mi raccomando.
Ciao Franci, sono Baccio, ti aspettiamo tutti, vedi di muoverti, mi raccomando.
Grazie Bacci.
Ciao Franci, complimenti, sei meravigliosa.
All right, grazie. Thank you, Francesca. Thank you to everyone on the boat for taking the time. We really look forward to seeing you guys arriving here in just a few hours. There's a great welcome planned for you, and we can't wait to have you here at the Genova, the grand finale, as winners of the ocean race. We'll leave the boat there now. I think we're okay with questions for our panel here. Sure. Yeah.
To celebrate with you?
So our entire, sorry.
Justine and the others, will they come to celebrate with you?
So Justine is on her way here. She'll be here tomorrow evening. And Charlie Dolan and Frank Camas are busy with their own projects. But everyone else on our team is either here or on their way here. And we're very much looking forward to having a team moment together. I guess I'll just take one quick moment to just say, I can't say enough about the team that we have. I think our success has really been because of the people that we have and the team that we've brought together. And as Peter said, we have been quite consistent in the results, but I think in my personal opinion, this race gets won by the team who makes the greatest rate of improvement from the start to the finish. And I think we've demonstrated that we've done that. And so I'm very, very proud of the team that we have and what we've achieved.
Thanks, Mark. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mark, Phil, Andres. Thanks to all of you for coming, and spread the word. 5 o'clock, 11th Hour Racing Team is going to be here in Genova.
Live at 5.
Live at 5. Thanks, everybody. Thank you.